morning, you motherfucking sunshines.
Alright, good morning, fuckers. Back on the trail, man. Shit. Well, let me get you up to speed here. Got a lift yesterday. Took yesterday off at White Pass there. Shout out to Jessica, friend of Eagle Eye. Jessica's a ultra marathoner. In fact, she just got finished the Bigfoot 200 not too long ago. She's a beast. But she drove down and picked me and 3 other hikers up at White Pass yesterday evening, and drove us up here. It's about an hour and a half drive up here to Scenic Pass. Got the pass at around I don't know 6 o'clock or so, and I just hiked the 2 miles up to this is Sheep Lake here, and that's where we're at now. So big thank you first of all to Jessica for driving us up here. That was awesome. To get us above that fire closure, the Wildcat fire closure, obviously the smoke is still here. That fire has been growing and growing and growing every single day. Yesterday when I checked it was up over 5,000 acres. So this is all the smoke that is still from that fire. A lot of hikers were jumping even up from White Pass to Snoqualmie yesterday, skipping like, shit, that's like 140 miles because of this air quality, which you can't really blame them. I considered doing that myself, but I don't want to skip more trail than I had to. So I'm going to have to deal with this fucking smoke for the next 3 days, it looks like. We're just going to have to listen to the body and try to camp as low as possible to avoid some of the smoke. I don't know. I don't think there's any way of avoiding it, but it's not like terrible. This isn't any worse than what I hiked into White Pass with. So, and my body was okay. We'll just have to monitor my body the last few days. So as of right here from Sheep Lake, we're sitting 67 miles to Snoqualmie Pass. So I'm going to do that 3 days. And we should be above the smoke and the fire and all that. Although I've caught word there's more fires north of us as well. So, you know, fucking A. Mother Nature's throwing us another bone here. Well, not throwing us a bone. She's fucking us over this last 300 or 400 miles of the trail. So we'll just have to deal with it as it comes. On top of all that, my tooth is still fucking throbbing me. It was throbbing until 2 a.m. last night. Finally, I dozed off to sleep. It's a little late in the morning. I had to get an extra hour of sleep. So what I've decided to do is I think I can push it to Leavenworth. I should be in Leavenworth in about 5 or 6 days. And I'm going to get into a dentist in Leavenworth because I had taken a 0 there anyway. And at least get it evaluated and see if I can push it to the border before I get it before getting it pulled. So it's not like life-threatening or anything. Because this has been throbbing now since Bend, and it's an issue. So I'll get into Leavenworth, see a dentist, and I mean the problem is if he says I have to get it pulled, I have to get it pulled. But at that point, I won't be able to eat anything. I can't push miles. So I'll have to, risk finishing in the snow again that year if I have to take like a week off for a tooth pull. So we'll worry about that here in about a week when I get into Leavenworth. But right now, we're just going to push. I'm going to try to do to about 26 today, and we'll take it from there, man. I'm going to stop babbling and start pushing through this smoke, man. It's going to be a great fucking day. motherfuckers. Back on the trail, man. Shit. Stopped early for lunch. Didn't really take a full lunch. Just a quick 20-minute break. There's this tent pad here in this grove of trees, and the smoke wasn't too bad in here, so I figured best stop and before I start climbing again up in the smoke. So got some calories in me. Yeah, it's about 12:15 right now. Yeah, it's the smoke is thick, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's rough. The buff is at least filtering some shit out, but I'm still breathing this shit in. I got 11 into this spot, which leaves about 14 or so where I plan on camping. There's a tent site in water, which is the last water from that spot for the next 12 miles. So I figure that's a good spot to stop for tonight. I think I do have water in about 4 or 5 miles, so I'm going to load up there. I'm probably going to do a bunch of small, quick breaks today, just to give my lungs a break, rather than one big-ass long break. So I still want to push 26 miles, and I'm sure I'm not going to be hiking at the pace I normally do through all this fucking smoke. So, all right, well, we'll keep inching along. I don't know if those other fuckers, well, I camped with last night, they might have turned around. I've stopped to filter water and took this quick break, and nobody's passed me. So I'm wondering if they just turned around and went back to the pass. I could very well be the only one out here at this point. So either way, we'll continue pushing north. I'll get water here, and we'll inch our way to camp, man, and try not to hack up a fucking lung. Let's get to it. All right, mofos, I'm tucked in, ready for bed. It is 6:40. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Well, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but this afternoon, I don't know if the wind had shifted or I just did enough miles to where I got past the thick smoke, but it gradually got better as the afternoon went on. I did end up dropping down in elevation. I noticed that helped a lot. I did 26 to this spot. There's a nice spring right over here. Tenting is really slanted around here, but whatever. But it's still smoky in the air. I can see through these trees over here, but it's nowhere near what it was this morning. So hopefully it just gets better and better the farther north I go until we hit the next fires. So it is what it is, but I'm glad I got 26 today. That leaves 41 miles to Snoqualmie Pass. We'll do that in a day in the morning. Probably do another 25 or so tomorrow. That'll leave like 15, 16 miles into Snoqualmie the following morning. I did get service up on the last ridge, and I was able to book a hotel room at the hotel there. Snoqualmie is just a ski resort, basically. There's a hotel, a restaurant, I believe, that's connected to that hotel, and maybe a gas station. That's about it. So it's very similar to White Pass. Well, we'll stay the night there. I am way overdue for a shower. The last shower I had was in Cascade Locks. My hiker shirt that I got in Tahoe, it is ripped to shreds. So I doubt I'll be able to get a new shirt in Snoqualmie, but maybe Leavenworth. I do have a town shirt. It's kind of like a synthetic Reebok shirt. I might just wear that because my current hiker shirt, that plaid one I've been wearing, is just ripped to shreds and it reeks. So yeah, this is the time of the trail where you just pray that gear holds together. I had a buckle break on my pack a few days ago, so I've got that jimmy rigged with a carabiner I grabbed from a hiker box. It's one thing after another this late in the game, man. But we'll be wrapping up this trail within a couple weeks, so just got to hold it together till then. My tooth, hope that fucker holds together too. I should be able to make it to Leavenworth and get into a dentist and just see what he says. I'm kind of leery about pulling it unless it's absolutely necessary until I'm done with the trail, because that would be like 2 weeks off. And if I get back on trail after I get it pulled, there's a pretty good risk of infection at that point. So I do at least want to get into a dentist and maybe give me some high dosage medication that'll numb the pain enough to get me the last week or so on trail, and then we'll get that fucker yanked out of my head. But we'll worry about that next week. Right now, I'm gonna lay down and relax. Hopefully, I can get some decent sleep tonight, and I'll let you fuckers in the morning, man.